We've heard this story before. Does it worry you, or investors kind of well versed in how to trade Greece?
To be worried is always good, but I would be a clear buyer of Greek bonds. Also, they might spike lower, so the yields higher, in other words, because we have heard that story before, but the general framework in the Eurozone with the US presidency was a different one the last time. Now nobody can and will afford to have a casualty in Greece, and therefore the bonds are a clear buy, because there will be a solution at the end of these discussions.
They've got a €7 billion debt payment to make. I think it comes up as early as July. As you pointed out, the ECB and others will be very keen not to see problems, but the IMF is still pushing for some kind of restructuring of the debt to give Greece a much more acceptable debt repayment profile. I mean, Greece doesn't have to be let go. All we need is to see further debt restructuring, and that already takes out a lot of investors who've put money into sovereign or other paper, right? I mean, you know, it doesn't have to go from the block, but just the restructuring would be painful, wouldn't it?
The restructuring will be painful, and there has been a troika approach with Greece, and you know, there's one party playing against the other. And of course, as we get closer to those deadlines, it's clear that there are some hardball tactics at work to make the Greek really do some reforms, privatizations, and the bits and pieces of that program. But in the end, it will be resolved, because nobody can afford that there is a sovereign casualty there, and therefore I think on any weakness here, the sovereign debt is a sound investment looking medium term.